Welcome back, everyone. It is Friday, July 11th, and the MLB. Our two favorite picks are on the way. As always, it is Austin joined by Logan. We could bring out the brims today. We're a little bit more respectful than that. We'll take a 1-0 day, though, on Thursday. Logan cashed my Twins team total under 2.5 in the first five, pretty sweat-free. Nationals Cardinals under 9 was just a disgusting one. So many things went wrong in that game to even get a push. I guess we'll take, but a 1-0 day, we keep our run going. What are we on, like a 7-1 run? Let's hopefully keep that thing going on Friday. Today, we got a couple picks. We'll dive into them in just 1 second. We do want to note, and I talked about this in Thursday's video, and tech, we're actually recording this Thursday evening. Won't post till Friday morning. Logan and I will be in Fenway Park, so I'm rocking my Devers jersey. I'll be wearing this bad boy to Fenway Park. That should go well. But again, we'll be in Fenway Park featuring our friend Guy Boston Sports. So again, I'll probably tweet out where we're at pregame. We'll be just outside the stadium, having some drinks, having some fun, and then wherever we're sitting. So if you happen to be in the Boston area, want to come meet Logan, Guy Boston Sports, do it. We'll hopefully meet you, and we'll buy you a drink. Certainly join us. But without further ado, let's dive into the picks. One last thing to talk about is we cashed our chalkboard entry again. I was waiting to hit record on this video until Strider got that 18th out, and he did just that. So we've turned our $20 entry into $172 now. I don't know if we'll roll over the full amount or maybe drop it to 150 so we can pocket some money. But again, chalkboard, if you haven't signed up for it, you can sign up using my code COS. They'll also give you a match on your first deposit, dollar for dollar, up to $100. And they'll give you this Max Scherzer free pick for him to get one out on Friday. Take advantage of that. We talked about chalkboard. You can tail those entries, and I'm doubling up every single day. Again, if it's in one of your, if your state's in green here, you better be clicking that button down below and joining using code COS. Let's dive into my picks. And speaking of Max Scherzer, we're going to the game that he's starting in, but I'm going to be backing his team to get him some run support as my favorite pick of the day. And I'll talk about one lean at the end of the video is Blue Jays first 5-team total over 2.5. It's currently minus 135 on DraftKings as we record this around 11 p.m. I don't know if this changes a ton, honestly, throughout the day. It's a first 5-team total. I probably played up to about minus 150. Then I'd probably go away from it. But this is by far my favorite pick on the board. I think the Blue Jays absolutely torch Luis Severino, a pitcher they've seen before. But if you want to look at their splits, 2022 is when they saw him, and they had good success then. But again, they got a lot of new guys in there, like Addison Barger and those guys that are giving them a lot of production. So the guys that are still in the lineup have seen him well, and the guys that haven't seen him should be able to rock him well. Now, if you're like Austin, I'm on FanDuel. I don't have first 5-team total. Number one, I could say go sign up for DraftKings. What the heck are you doing? Number two, I'd say I don't really have a great pivot. Yesterday, I really liked Cubs first 5 money line as a pivot instead of the Twins team total under. I'm not getting out there and trusting 900-year-old Max Scherzer. I'm not doing it. Now, I think he gets you one out for the chalkboard free pick, but I getting any more than that, I am not doing it. Although I do like the first 5 over if the Blue Jays do give you 3, but that line's at 5.5. So you're going to need production from both sides, or heck, the Blue Jays score 6. So maybe that would be my best pivot. But again, I probably am not getting involved with Scherzer. But let's talk with the Blue Jays. Let's more talk with Luis Severino, who honestly we're fading here. And if they somehow say, hey, Luis Severino's not pitching, we're trading his ass, well, then fine. I'll fade whoever the heck's coming out there for the A's, because honestly, there's not anyone in that rotation that I'm honestly really afraid of, especially against the Blue Jays offense that is scorching hot. Now, we've seen in Sacramento, Severino, this man has basically mailed it in. He looks so demoralized out on the mound, and it shows in his numbers, and I can't blame him. Pitching in this minor league ballpark, it's pissed him off. 7 ERA, 300 batting average allowed, 370 with runners in scoring position. Now, some of it's his fault. Some of it's the ballpark's very hitter friendly. And today, if you're looking for runs, but yet plus 35% home runs and plus 16% runs, best hitting weather on the slate. But also some of it's kind of sucked. And look, Severino, we know it's pretty documented that a division's happening soon. He's going somewhere else. He's getting traded. But heck, I still think they need innings out there, and they're going to trot him out there. And we've seen his last 3 starts, 7, 5, and 5 earned runs. 2 of those starts were on the road. So he's not coming in with good stuff. His last 11 home starts this season, 3 or more earned runs in 8 of 11, 5+ in 6 of 11. In his last 4, he's allowed 8, 5, 2, and 5 earned runs. I mean, giving up 5, geez. The 2 was a game against the Astros, I believe. He gave up 9 hits and 1 walk. So the Astros just could not get that timely hit. But we've seen in July, Toronto, 3rd highest batting average, 3rd highest walk percentage, lowest K percentage, and the 3rd highest WRC plus first right-handed pitcher as well. Luis Severino's a righty. And if you remember, we did fade the Blue Jays with our Adrian Hauser play. But Adrian Hauser, I'm going to be honest, we got a little bit lucky there. Although he did throw 7. Maybe he still goes 6. The Blue Jays grounded into like 3 double plays, some very hard hit balls that just happened to go right to a fielder's hands. I don't know if Severino can count on that. 3 double plays would kind of nuke the Blue Jays, but this season Severino's only forced 4 total. So again, if he goes out there and shoves, I'll tip the cap, but I gotta fade him. He's just on the fadeable pitchers at home category. Luis Severino, we're fading you. Go throw some turkeys. I love the Blue Jays first 5 team total over 2.5, but I'm done yapping. Throwing it to Logan, who I'll be seeing in just a few hours. Probably when this video goes off, I might be with Logan, but Logan, we need a winner from you. Okay, work on the push yesterday, but today you go back to the first 5s. Where are we going?
Yeah, unfortunately, it was always that first 5 under. Damn it, we knew it, but that's okay. I'm back to the first 5 bets, and it's going to be the first 5 innings money line minus the Mets first 5 innings run line, not money line. Again, scratch that. -0.5 plus 100 odds on DraftKings. Now, I was debating on taking the first 5 money line. It's a little more juiced at that like -140ish range. Not necessarily what I want to play. I'd rather just take the better value. And the better value is them to be leading by 1 or more runs through 5 innings. That's what we're going to need for us. And I don't want any part of the Mets full game money line. Why? Because the Mets bullpen is always lurking, one of the worst units recently. So I'd just rather not touch them. I just want to trust Kodai Senga versus Michael Wacha. And let's talk about Michael Wacha, who started for the Royals. 3.83 ERA, 1.29 whip for Michael Wacha. Michael Wacha is on my fade list. Why? Because I watched his regression kind of before our own eyes. You have to look at how he started the year versus where he's at right now. In June, his ERA was 5.4, and so far in July, after 1 start, it was a 9 ERA. In July, his off speed is just floating across the plate, and hitters are really making him pay. Look, Michael Wacha relies so heavily on his off speed. It's kind of what he's best at. And man, it looked so bad in that last start. And I was just like really wondering, I was like, is maybe the age catching up a little bit with him? I mean, I don't like to question these veteran pitchers, but I was sitting there scratching my head at Michael Wacha in his last start. He allowed 4 runs to the Diamondbacks in 4 innings pitched. And honestly, it could have been a lot worse than that, because I had the first 5 under and I was sitting there just like, oh gosh, I was just like, it could have been, a 6 or 7 earned run type game. His off speed is really what he relies on, because his fastball is on -10 run value. If you're going to make Michael Wacha one-dimensional like that, and its off speed isn't really elite, I'll just trust the Mets to be able to hit that. Third time through the order, Wacha's allowing a 344 batting average. So you can kind of see the Royals might be cautious with a guy like him, or they just say, hey, old man, we need some innings. And then they trot him out for, to third time through the order, and that's maybe when the Mets really score a bunch of runs on him come the 5th inning. So I really do think they get to Wacha, and I think they give Kodai Senga some run support, and he starts for the Mets. 1.47 ERA and a 1.11 whip. Now, Kodai Senga has been a hard pitcher to gauge just because he hasn't really been healthy the whole course of the season. This is his first start since June 12th. So could there be a rust factor? Maybe, but it's a chance I'm willing to take. Because this season, Senga's only allowed more than 2 earned runs in 1 start. He's been virtually lights out. And even if he's rusty, a rusty Kodai Senga is much better than a lot of the pitchers in the league. Again, I am banking on him to get some run support in this outing. But against the Royals, I want a strikeout pitcher. And Senga is just that. 61st percentile in K percentage, 71st percentile whiff percentage. I've seen a lot of these Royals hitters come up to the plate with men on and just whiff. That's why they are one of my more untrustworthy teams for hitting with runners in scoring position, because I don't think every hitter in that lineup sees the ball well at the same time. It's so weird. Maybe Bobby's hot, but then that means Vinny P's got to cool down. I don't know. But in July, the Royals are hitting just 223. So it's not like they're seeing the ball that well as a team this month. I think Senga's going to be able to navigate his way through the lineup. And I mentioned with runners in scoring position, in my opinion, that's really how you tag Kodai Senga for a lot of runs. You got to just have that big, massive hit parade inning. Well, with runners in scoring position, he's only allowing a 103 batting average. The Royals will really need to string together hits on him to really blow up this bet. And I think that the Mets do blow up Michael Wacha. So I love the first 5 run line in this one. Mets hopefully bring the bats and hopefully lead through 5 innings. Love that as my favorite play of the day. But Austin, you mentioned having a lean. It didn't officially make the card. I know I was a little iffy on it, but do you want to tell everyone what that was?
Yeah, so as I talked about at the top of the show, we are recording this late at night on Thursday. So we do have flights at 6 a.m. So we can't really wake up. I mean, I guess we could, but you really don't want to see us at 3 in the morning click and record. That will be a disaster. So I could force another pick out there, but I'd rather just trust the two. I really like the Mets first five run line that you got. I love my first five team total with the Blue Jays. One other pick I looked hard at, but I'll talk about why I didn't make an official pick was Phillies and Padres first five under. I think you get 4.5, which is pretty good. Ranger Suarez has been one of the best pitchers in baseball, especially on the road with a 1 ERA. The only reason I don't love it, the Padres haven't been hitting lefties well, although they're starting to get to Eduardo Rodriguez as we speak. They just scored 2 runs. I don't like that they see back-to-back lefties, although Eduardo Ranger Suarez, one of them's a lot better than the other. And then the other side, Ryan Berger, I think is how you pronounce his name. He will return back from injury. You don't, I'm an inexperienced guy like that in his first year in the majors. A guy like Kodai Senga return back from injury, fine. He's done it before. But a guy like Ryan Berger, I have no idea what you're going to get from him. The reason I didn't mind the matchup for him, and if he had been pitching over the last month or so, I'd probably make an official play. But the reason I didn't is because he hasn't really been pitching. He's coming back from a forearm injury, but he is really good against lefties, which we know the Phillies will stack the guys in there like Bryce Harper. You'll have Schwarber, not Real Muto, Kepler, and those guys, and Marsh. So he'll have to see a lot of lefties. He's been good against them, but again, coming back, I don't know if he's the guy they really want to run out there and trust. But I do like that first five under. But as for our official picks, we're only running with the Mets first five run line, which is currently plus 100. Had a mistake on the graphic when I first flashed it, but I fixed it. Plus 100 on DraftKings. Blue Jays first five team total over 2.5. Let us know your favorite picks down below. As I talked about too, if you want to sign up for Chalkboard or running back another slip, make sure you go sign up. Use that code COS. You can tail tomorrow's slip. I'll post it on Twitter probably. But either way, we're out of here. We'll see you guys. Hopefully, some of you at Fenway Park. I'll probably post where we're seating sometime during the game or before it. And hopefully, we can meet some of you guys, buy you guys some drinks outside the stadium somewhere there. So let us know if you got any recommendations for Boston. We're going to have a great time there. And we'll see you guys back again with some more picks on Saturday morning, live from probably some hotel rooms. We'll see you guys then. Peace.